I want to ramble a little bit about Aerith's death, but before we get to that, I'm going to recap part 1. Oh boy, this is awful. Oh no! So in part 1, I rambled about how one of the fun things in FF7 was putting together a team that you like. Assembling a great team goes all the way back to the first Final Fantasy. In the first Final Fantasy, there isn't even really a story. They just throw the characters at you so that you can assemble your team right away. Red Mage, Warrior, that's how we roll. They've kept the same job since then. It's like a running theme, or a motif? Can this count as a motif? That they keep the same character types, they just look a little bit different? Oh no, back attack! Ah ha ha ha! So FF7 was a little bit different, since they didn't outright say, this is your white mage. Instead, they just gave you Aerith. Look at these stats. She was a weak attacker, but good with magic. She had the extra healing abilities. You get it though, right? You get that she's the white mage. And if you used Aerith while you played, you generally realize that she makes the game a lot easier. It's nice to have a designated healer. You don't have to waste a turn using Cloud to heal, and then Aerith dies. Like, wow. Seriously? But it wasn't just a story death. It affected the gameplay a little bit too, because now you don't have a white mage anymore. So you have to fill her spot with somebody. It's not bad, since you have the marbles. You could just make someone else the healer, but it's not quite the same. In terms of gameplay, it was interesting to have one of your characters suddenly be missing. It changes up the game, and it made players so grumpy that they talked about it for years afterward. It could have been worse though. Can you imagine if there weren't any healing marbles? Can you imagine if they had just killed the white mage and said, well, now you can't heal. If you want to heal, you just have to use items for the rest of the game. Oh, that would have been awesome.